Prime Minister, he said that he wanted Nigeria, being a leading oil and gas country, to host a Pan-African conference. Because for so many years, I mean, when I say so, over 30 years, there's a conference in U.S., in Houston, in U.S., called Offshore Technology Conference, OTS. If you are in the oil and gas in the world, you have to know that conference. Every year, people from all over the world, they go to OTS. Nigerians, we go, NMPC, big. Do all these things. Not enough, they produce dairy products of the best quality, the best milk, and all this. It is a small country that transmits an image of security, order, labor, which made it the world safe. And most people, most rich people in the world have their bank account in Switzerland. Yes. Then, top executive, top management people in the world who have researched into this. Executives from rich countries communicate with their counterparts in poor nations. So you have executives from Nigeria, they come like this conference now, there are people that came from all over the world. They've been communicating. And what do they find out? It shows that there's no significant intellectual difference. So the people who came to present, in fact, if you attend conferences in attended conferences in and out of this country, I've been to conferences that is usual than this in US and all this, either I'm the only black or maybe 2 of us are black. And I still gave my countries or God gave brain to who is intellectual. Go ahead. I don't know. It's because they are white. It's because they are white. Students, I hope you are paying attention. They think, oh, it's because they are white. So once you just have white skin, everything will just work for you. So people are in some part of the world, they are desperate to go to somewhere. They say, if I can just put my feet there, they are ready to go inside the ocean. There's one time I was watching CNN. In fact, I can't forget that. This like 2-3 years ago. A woman delivered a baby in the Mediterranean. That is, she had crossed the desert from Nigeria, survived. She's pregnant. And then she has waited in Libya for months, and the ship was drowning. And they came to rescue them. It was in the midst of the rescue she delivered in the boat. See the desperation. As if once your feet touch Italy or Spain, go to Italy and Spain, you see poor people who were born there. They are on the street. So it's not about race. You will see white people on the street, they are drugs, they are drug people, they are begging, they are drunkards. They were born there, their grandfather, they are poor, begging. So it is not about the race. Race or skin color are also important. Immigrant labor lazy in their countries of origin are the productive power. If you go to UK today, at least you can say 40%, 50% of their doctors, medical staff are Nigerians. One white guy was telling me recently here in Nigeria, he's working here, he said when his mother was ill. So it's not about your color, it's not about your race. Okay, next slide, please. Because this man is Asian, because he's Chinese, that's why his brain is French, is the art that came along the years by the education and the culture. Comes over time. Now go on. An analysis of the behavior of people in rich and developed countries, we find that the great majority following the following principles. What are they? Look at it. Ethics as a basic principle. That is, they have basic moral. If they say this is what is, you know, you know what I mean. Ethics. You can transact business. There's ethics. There's moral. There are principles. Integrity. That is the ability to be honest. The ability to trust one another. You didn't need to tell me good morning and I will be checking whether you really mean good morning or there's something behind this good morning or you are trying to play me. You know, in this part of the world, I'm sorry to say, let's be frank. If somebody keeps telling you good morning, you become suspicious. Because I'm telling you there's something behind. He's going somewhere or she's going somewhere. It says responsibility. If you give somebody something to do, you are the prefect, you are the teacher, you are the this. Do you know what the responsibility? You are the governor. Road is not there. Water is not there, but you are growing fat every day. Do you know what is the responsibility? If you know what is responsibility to run a local government, you'll probably die in that office. Is that? So you see what these people, ethics, integrity, responsibility, anything you give anybody to do in those rich countries, whether they are in the mountain or everybody is following, respect to the rights of other citizens. Work loving. They work. If say you are that they selected you, bring you to a place like this, and you still cannot see what we are talking about. Maybe we should have asked a teacher to sit behind. Davida, please watch them at that back. I don't think they can discipline themselves. One or two of them there. They strive for saving and investment. They will for super action. And look at the last one. Punctuality. They keep to time. So you are seeing what makes country rich. You can look at these things. It's not resources. It's just basic things. If an occasion is to start 10 on the dot, when the MC of this occasion says some students went to ease themselves, when they come back, we start saying, no, 10 is 10. Once it's 10, be on the podium and invite the speaker. Because everything is planned as a clock. You are supposed to go for exhibition. The exhibition people will leave by 12. If you are there 12:30, will you meet them? Shell is waiting for you. Mobi is waiting for you. Total is, NLNG is waiting for you, and then you come 30 minutes later, they've packed and gone. Everything works like a clock. As I'm doing, you see, I'm watching time, put in pocket. Because it matters a lot. And then let's go to the other side. The poor countries. Only a minority follow these basic rules daily. This is the challenge. The majority, 80%, 90%, from the leaders, I'm not saying from the ground, to the least one on the ground, they don't follow, they cannot be punctual, they are not ethic, they don't even know responsibility. You give somebody something, he does not even know whether the thing is not working, he's sleeping, what is it now? Why are you disturbing me? So how can you be rich? We are talking some students are there, they came all the way, instead of writing and taking, so you are not even, you don't even know, so how can you? It's not about that. Even if your father died, leave $1 billion for you, it's a matter of time, you will come back to poverty. Because you don't have the attitude because they lack natural resources or because nature was cruel to them. Next slide. People are not poor. People are poor because they lack attitude. They lack the will to comply with and teach these functional principles to generations. Because if your children are not seeing you behaving like that, how can they, because they need to see you every day. Not that you're on phone. You're on phone inside your house in Abuja. You are talking. The children are there. Say, I'm in Lagos. I will not be back till next week. They see you lie every single day. And you are talking of integrity and ethics. This is what you cannot be rich. You can have all the gold, all the oil. We are seeing it here. Go to Qatar. Qatar have gas. We will have gas and oil. Since 1956, Nigeria have been taking this oil. Go to Qatar. Qatar just found gas just like 10 years ago. They have transformed that country to something else. See Saudi Arabia, the same oil. Next one, please. Next slide. The slide before that. We're going to go, get set for the exhibition. We're going to go for the exhibition soon. But let's just take 10, maybe 15 minutes just to have a discussion. I will want to hear from the teachers, and then we'll want to hear thoughts from maybe 2 or 3 students on each side. What do you think? Because like we said, already there's a situation. It is you guys that actually we are looking up to. You know, your education. How do you start knowing that, listen, this is a race. This is what we need to do. This is, if we want to be rich, you just say, my father is rich already. They are already making plans to send me abroad. When I finish, I'm going abroad. That's not a problem. There are many Chinese, when China was poor, they were going abroad, but they saw that going abroad was not, they were still mocking them all over the world. Then they decided to do these things. And today, what happened? China just came from the bottom and just fly. In fact, they are even struggling with US now for number one. So let me start by coming to JSS to do what? Do we have other microphones? Let's give the representative of the principal, Mrs. Oshim, your thoughts on this background. What do you think? This situation, vice versa, Nigeria, Africa, the rest of the world. Thank you, ma.
Good morning, everyone. Thank God so much for this program and for making it part of this wonderful movement that is going on in Africa and in Nigeria. Yes, we have seen it based on what you have presented to us now, that we as citizens of Nigeria and with our students here before us, they have a lot to take home. They have a lot in their hands, that the Nigeria, the world is in their hand, that we can break out from what we have been seeing, that individually can speak to our mind. Yes, I have all that it takes to be the best and to make the best out of Nigeria, where even outside this country, that I will be the best. With the respect to your country, with your determination, responsibility, and whatever it takes to be there. Above all, you talk about punctuality, which is the key point. Most, like when we are to, let us try. So we have to, the urge, just go, I'm coming. Be there, I'm coming. Like you say, we'll be sleeping in our house. Gone are days that we do that. Today, my student, I want you to take it by force. Yesterday, we had our career day, and the man speaks. He said, everything is in your hand. Decide of what you want to be, and you will be there by the grace of God.
Applause, please, for, thank you, ma'am. So let's hear from the principal of Bright Ash. Hello, ma'am. Mr. George, thank you. Mr. George, let's hear from you.
Good morning, my very wonderful colleagues, the future generation, and Mr. Dr. Abraham. Thank you so much for this privilege given us. I really don't have much to say because you've said it all. And I want to really thank the organizers of this program for giving these youth this privilege to be here to learn. Now, there's something you really said here in this program. You made mention of our attitude, which is what is keeping us backward. The attitude of the poor nation, that's why we are backward today. I was reflecting on those statements. You said something about timing. These are really the problem we are having today. So I want our youth, our children to grab this opportunity and take something home. Because it's not by your striving, your whatever you are putting up, your energy and all that. It has to do with discipline and your attitude towards anything you are doing. So you have to be very, very careful of what you do. Whatever thing you are doing, your attitude matters. Discipline comes in. So I really thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Abraham, for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And I hope they will go home with something.
A round of applause, please, for the principal of Bright Light. So we're going to take, for time's sake, 2 students from Tudunwada and 2 students from Bright Ash. I will let you volunteer. Just, let me confess. Apart from the first year, 2018, when we started narrowing down to only senior secondary school students because they are very core. We've run, it has always been private school. But when we said last year, let's try government school, I was saying, this government school are you sure they will come early? We don't want to start shouting, where are you, where are you? But I was quite surprised. They were the first to arrive. The other school did not come late, but they were the first to arrive, and their principal rep, who is the head of guidance and counselors, who told me they left one student because she did not come on the time. I said, that's very good. So whatever is happening here, that student will miss all. Just for what? Punctuality. Just for what? This thing you are doing here today might guide you. Let me tell you one story, and then we'll take. There's one guy. It's not here, so I can call you a works. He works in Nigeria LNG. He has been working since 1997. If you see where he's living in Abuja, that is by salary. I'm not saying that he stole. He's living in what you will say is a mansion, like a mansion where he's living. That is how well they pay him. But look at his story. He grew up in Jos. Even though he's from Kogi State, he grew up in Jos. And he says his parents were so poor, they just go and hawk tomatoes and all that. So he went to a public school in Jos. And what happened? This guy says, in the school, because they are mostly children from poor background, what they do is that they used to wash cars after school to be able to. But because of washing cars, when they get some money, so go and drink, go and smoke, do all this kind of thing. So he was among those boys. Once they ring the bell for closing, they run to the car wash, drag, and the guy wash up, make some money. They are like big boys. Then he said one day, one former student of the school that now lives in Abuja and works in Abuja visited Jos and came to the school and told the principal that he'd like to speak to them for just 15 minutes before he goes back to Abuja. And when he spoke at the assembly, he told them that they should please think about their future, that he went to this same school, that is because he focused on his education, because he passed his WAEC, he passed his JAM, he went to higher institution. That's why he just felt that he should just come and talk to them, that please, don't spoil your future. That guy said, when I heard that thing, just 15 minutes talk, that day at home, he told himself, wait, is it this car wash that I will use to get married, used to train my children, I will still be washing car, doing? He said, no, I'm going to leave this good. But what he did is that when they are all running out as if they are going to car wash, he's going to branch out. He dodges, branch, he will go to another school, enter the classroom. He said there are physics where people are stealing. He will carry his book, be reversing. Today, that guy is a graduate. That guy, he says, up to today, he told me that I go to Jos and I see those my colleagues, they are still washing cars with their children. That guy has 4 children that will never smell poverty. Change like that guy, the course of your life and generations. So don't take things like this. Just 15 minutes talk. I asked him, I said, have you ever seen that man in your life? He said, I've never seen him since that day till today. So who will volunteer here?
Stand from the belief in ourselves that we can make it, that we can achieve our goals. Thank you.
Giving us just thank you is by imploring the principles of good countries, as he told us, like punctuality, work, drive, like the drive to work.
Yes, let's hear from one of.
And what I have understood from this is that we should be committed, we should have drive, we should have ambition, we should be dedicated to whatever we're doing. If you are dedicated, then we know what we want. We know our main aim and objective. If you know our main aim and objective, then I believe our youth will be proper and our youth to be. Thank you.
Round of applause. Thank you so much. So we will be getting set now to go, like we said, this is more to really expose you to what is happening in the real life. You're going to go to Shell, going to go to Total, NLNG, and then later you come back here and we continue before you go to the main hall. So, but just to give this illustration to you, I will invite Micah to tell you how you will organize yourself. But just to give you this illustration, it's like two people. If you have, because Abdullah talked about Jakba that is living. So you have two neighbors. They are in, maybe this has a bungalow or duplex. The other one has a duplex. They are just side by side. Why this one will get up every morning, maintaining his compound, plant flowers. It's difficult to take care of those things. You have to water them, clean them. You do every day. You put this, make sure the lights are working. This one, they will sleep from morning. They wake up by 2 in the afternoon. Grass is growing everywhere. Do you know that even if you put interlock, the grass will mess the place up? You have to maintain. And this one is not doing anything. And then the children of this one that is not doing anything, when he has seen that his compound is full of bushes and all, they will be climbing the fence, looking at the other compound and say, please, can you give us something? Can we come? Can we? And they say, no, we don't want you. In the night, they will try to jump fence or they will be knocking at the gate. But you have the same compound.
Yes,
you have the same land. You have the same property. It's just your attitude. If you can just get up every morning, just walk. It's just a matter of time. Everything you are seeing here, you can even have a better one here. Micah.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope we enjoyed the session. Okay, so we are going to meet the companies that we have here in their different booths. We have Total Energies, we have Shell, we have NLNG, we have Chevron, and we have NLNG. Yeah. So we are going to meet them now, and we are going to go in an orderly manner. So if we go there, they're going to just use like 7 to 10